What is good, everybody? It's your boy Cam here on the podcast for today, and there's been a lot of great things been happening lately, and I do want to talk about the most important thing that's been happening lately. So, the Dallas Wings have officially drafted Azzi Fudd, and I felt like it was a good pick, but a little curious about it for the future of it at the same time because Paige Beckers and Azzi Fudd are dating, and I don't know how that's going to work out in the future in case they end up breaking up. It's like I'm just worried how it might affect the future if they were to break up, but hopefully it doesn't happen. But I think they'll play good together in Dallas, like they did in UConn. They're going to play real well, but it's going to take time for chemistry to grow as a team for the Dallas Wings. It's going to take some time. But I believe the Dallas Wings are a much better team from last year. I would definitely see them as playoff contenders, but not championship contenders. No, not even close to being on title contenders yet. No. But I believe they'll get up there one day. They'll get up there one day once they start to grow and learn more and start playing well together. The Dallas Wings are still a young team. But we made some veterans moves, and that was definitely needed, especially after Paige Beckers had 45 points against the Los Angeles Sparks, even though they lost on the buzzer beater when Kelsey Plum hit that game-winning hook shot last year in LA. But man, look, I think Enrique, Paige, and Azzi Fudd will be a good big three playing together. I think it's going to be a good one, them three playing together. I believe it will. And Enrique didn't take the full cut because she wanted to have enough money so the Wings can have enough money to make these free agency moves. And that was smart by Enrique. That was real smart, and I liked what she did. That was a big nice move for Enrique to do that, not to take the whole pay cut and make sure the Wings organization had enough to make these big moves. Now, these good moves were really, really big for Dallas Wings. And then they ended up getting two players from the Minnesota Wings, which was very huge, and I really love it. Getting Elena Smith and Jessica Shepard. Those were big, big, big time moves for the Dallas Wings. Those are some veterans that can definitely play along with Paige and Azzi Fudd. And I think this starting five and this bench is going to be pretty good. I think this team's pretty deep. We kind of have a pretty deep roster for the Dallas Wings than it was from last year. I mean, I feel like our team was pretty deep last year, but again, we were so young because we had all these draft picks. And hey, it's going to take time for them to get better as a team overall. It ain't going to happen overnight. And now we got a new head coach again, because I didn't like Chris Clarence last year when he was coaching. His rotations were pretty bad like all year long. But now now that we got this new coach, Jose Fernandez, I think it's his name, and he's a winning coach too, coaching at South Florida for the past 25 years. But he's going to a bigger challenge, going to the bigger level. He's coaching professional players, women. This ain't the college level anymore. It's totally different, and hopefully he will do a great job. But I think he'll probably struggle at first when he gets here with his rotations. I'm expecting that, but I feel like he'll figure it out in the future. I feel like he will. And he's been, like I said, like Chris Clarence has never been a head coach. He's been an assistant, but never been like a head coaching experience. He didn't have any of that. But now that Jose Fernandez has been a head coach for a long time, I think he'll be a better fit for Dallas since we had Latricia Tramble when we were coaching. I'm still trying to understand why they fired her even though we had a losing record. We had a losing record 2 years ago because of all these injuries that's happened. That's why we weren't so good before Satu Natasha Howard left. That's why we weren't that good. This is all those injuries we've been dealing with. And Maddie Seacrest has been hurt too as much. as well. And I do want to talk about who I think will be the starting five for the Dallas Wings. I honestly think at the one, I got Enrique at the one, and then you have Azzi Fudd at the two, got Page at the three, then Jessica Shepard at the four, and you got Elena Smith at the five. I mean, that's some pretty decent size. That's a decent size. And it'll be a faster paced team with them five playing together. And I think it's going to work out real well with this starting five. This could be the best starting five I've probably seen in a while since Tierra McCowan was playing under Latricia Trimble before she ended up being fired by the Dallas Wings organization. So, well, guys, the backup point guard coming off the bench is we got JJ Quinterly is going to come off the bench, and then you behind Enrique, then you got Isaiah James coming off the bench as well, and then you got Amy. Not too sure of her last name. She played real well last year with us. And you got Maddie Seacrest. She'll be at the four coming off the bench. And then you'll have Lee Rue going to be the backup big at the five. And I think Lee Rue is going to come back stronger than she was from last year. When she came to Dallas, she played pretty well. Lee Rue was she was pretty well fit for us in Dallas. So I wouldn't let her go. We definitely got to keep her. We definitely need her for rebounds and everything. And she's improved pretty well ever since she was traded from the Seattle Storm. She played pretty well playing with us. So. Now that preseason's in 2 weeks, and we take on the Indiana Fever on April 30th on the Thursday night, and we go against Caitlin Clark, Sophie Cunningham, and then it'll be an interesting preseason game. It'll be very, very interesting how it goes. But this is a big test. And we got a very tough preseason schedule because this team has a future, and I believe this team will be really good. And then the last preseason game, and we take on the Las Vegas Aces, but it won't be at UTA. It'll be actually at the Moody Center in Austin, Texas, where University of Texas plays. We'll be playing against the Las Vegas Aces. And who you think is going to give us trouble? Every time we go against them, Asia freaking Wilson, bro. Almost every year, Asia Wilson's dropping almost 30-something points on us. Like, there's nothing to do to stop her in the freaking paint, bro. But again, I love Asia Wilson. She's one of the most respected women to watch play basketball. It's like 3-time champion, a 3-time MVP. It's like Asia Wilson's awesome, bro. I have so much respect for Asia, and especially when she's dating Bam Adebayo, and he's great as well. And I think they're a very good couple together. And man, I just love Asia Wilson and Bam Adebayo so much. It's like, wow, man. But hopefully, the Indiana Fever will have teammates standing up for Caitlin Clark and not allow her taking all these cheap shots to make her miss all these games like she did from last year. I blame her teammates, except for Lexi and Sophie Cunningham, for getting all these cheap shots and no one defend her. Sophie Cunningham cannot be taking the bullet for her every freaking time. She cannot be doing that. But no, it wasn't just Lexi. It wasn't just Sophie Cunningham. No, yeah, Lexi whole stepped up for her. Them two were the girls that actually have Caitlin Clark's back. I think what they need to do is go get some more hotheads on the team that will stand up for Caitlin Clark, like Courtney Williams. Like, she can be a hothead sometimes. If I'm the Fever, I would definitely go after her. Especially how Natisha Hyman and Courtney Williams said what they would have done if Caitlin was playing them, how they would have crashed out, bro. It's like, I respect him from that. It's like I like when the Courtney Williams and the Tisha Hyman were calling out her and Caitlin Clark's teammates for not standing up for her. It's like, yes, cause like it's like you got all these fans at the Fever game here for her, but it's like I feel like some of her teammates are jealous because they're here just for her. It's like the Fever got to do a better job and stand up for Caitlin Clark. That's all I can say. It's like, yes, it is crazy she's making all that money, but but the funny thing is, everybody wants to be all nice and sweet to Paige, but take anger and cheap shots at Caitlin Clark. I don't know. I don't know, man. But long as it doesn't happen to Paige, but still. Caitlin Clark has grown the game so much in women's sports for basketball. It's like you got several WNBA teams moving to NBA arenas because of her. It's like, man. But now that I've talked about the Wings, let's talk about the Dallas Mavericks. The Dallas Mavericks actually won their last game on Sunday night, and I don't know, bro. I mean, I'm glad they won, but I'm worried how this is going to affect our draft lottery now that we won, and now we have to do a coin toss with Memphis of the draft lottery standings. I don't know, bro. Just like. Yes, you play the game to win, but I feel like I wanted us to lose at the same time, so we got a higher chance getting that top 5 draft pick. Even though we got 2 first-round picks, draft picks, but we may be lucky enough to get the number 1 pick again. We may be. I don't know. Who knows if we'll get the number 1 pick? I don't know, bro. Like, that's why I'm really anxious to see where we land in that draft. With 2 first-round picks, I'm really, really anxious to see where we land. Really anxious. Because we've got to give Cooper Flag help immediately. Especially after they traded Luka. And that Cooper Flag had 51 points against Orlando Magic, even though they lost. I mean, he's the first teenager to score 50 points in NBA history. That tells you something, bro. You score 51 points like that in your first year in the NBA, yeah, they got to build around you. They've got to put some good pieces around you, man. So we could definitely win a title. I mean, I hate to say this, y'all may agree with me, and some of y'all might not agree with me. That's okay. I think Cooper Flag will be better than Luka in the future. Not right now, though, but I think 3 or maybe 4 or 5 more years from now, I feel like Cooper Flag is going to be better than Luka. Luka did not drop 40 points not one time as a teenager. Cooper Flag did that 4 times. 4 times he dropped more than 40 points as a 19-year-old rookie. It's like, that's crazy. It's like, what? That is insane, bro. You know what I just found out? That Cooper Flag led the team in points, assists, rebounds, steals, and blocks since Michael Jordan was a rookie playing for the Chicago Bulls. What? For real? That's some sick shit, bro. What? I'm telling you, man, we got to build around Cooper Flag. That's the number 1 priority this summer for free agency. Go after some big veterans that could be a mentor towards Cooper Flag. I mean, Kyrie and Clay is not enough veterans for the team. Well, no, I'm sorry. We got Chris Middleton, too. Yeah. We're going to have to get at least about 2 or 3 more veterans around Cooper Flag. Well, we need some more. And I want to say this. We cannot let Kyrie walk next year. We have to bring him back next season to see how he plays along with Cooper Flag. We have to bring him back. Now, other teams may want him in the offseason, but if Michael Finley or Jason Kidd becomes the general manager for the Mavericks, yeah, they cannot let Kyrie go. I wouldn't trade him. yet. He may retire, finish his career with the Mavericks. Who knows? But I think I heard that he wants to retire as a Cavalier because they want a ring with him. But who knows? He may get a ring with us before he retires. I don't know. We'll see. We shall see, bro. And then now they're talking about Klay Thompson, and they isn't sure if he's gonna be back next year or not. They did not, and yeah, Klay's haven't decided. I mean, if he was to leave, he may even go back to the Warriors. If he goes back to the Warriors, I totally understand because he wants to finish his career with the Warriors, and he wasn't expecting. I wouldn't expect him to leave the Warriors in the future. I thought he would be there his whole career. I thought he would be there his whole career, man. But let's talk about the game from Sunday night. Cooper Flag went down with a sprained ankle. Man, I really was hoping that he would drop one more 40-point game. I was hoping he would do it. I get why the Mavericks didn't shut Cooper Flag down for the rest of the season because they want him to get Rookie of the Year. Because Nipple has a higher chance of getting Rookie of the Year, and I don't think he should be even close to getting to it. All he does is shoot threes. That's all he does. Cooper Flag does everything. After what I said about his stats, about how he led the team in steals, rebounds, points, and assists, he hasn't done that since Michael Jordan did that. I don't understand why he doesn't have higher voting of Rookie of the Year. I just don't get that. I don't get it. But in the future, I definitely expected to see hate on Cooper Flag from the Mavericks. Cause, people thought either the Jazz, the Washington Wizards, or the New Orleans Pelicans was going to end up getting the number one pick. It's like, I honestly didn't really care for the draft. It's like, they say we had like a 1% chance of getting the number one pick. It's like, man, fuck it. I ain't worth watching the pick. I ain't going to watch it. Because people were predicting, will we get like the 8th or 9th pick? I was like, yeah, okay, I get it. And then when I was leaving yoga last year, I'm finding out we got the number. People were texting and blowing up my phone. Oh, we got the number one pick. I'm like, stop it, bro. Stop it. What? You're telling me we getting Cooper Flag? It's definitely rigged, bro. I'm telling you, the NBA is rigged. I don't know what Adam Silver did for us to get the number one pick. Basically said, like, if you trade Luka and if it's not working, you trade Luka. He basically said if you don't make the playoffs after trading Luka, we'll just give you the number one pick. It's like, I'm honestly glad we lost in the playing game against the Memphis Grizzlies last year. I'm glad we lost. I'm so glad we lost. If we would have made the playoffs last year, we would have not got Cooper Flag right now. He would not be on our team right now if we would have made the playoffs. I'm telling y'all the truth. That's why I am glad we lost. But man, this was a fun season for to watch Cooper Flag play. This was a very fun season. It wasn't a fun season us losing, but it was fun watching Cooper Flag balling out, scoring 51 points. First teenager to do that in NBA history. Witnessed the net this year. That was so awesome, man. And then the fun thing is, when I went to go see Cooper Flag, I got to watch Cooper Flag in person tie Luka with 30 point games as a rookie. I got to see him tie Luka with 30-point games in person. That was fun to watch, even though they took the L. And I hate to see Moses Moody just go down like that. See his kneecap pop out like that in person, bro. That was more devastating than seeing our own Kyrie Irving tear his ACL. It's like he basically couldn't even walk when Moses Moody went down. It's like, oh man, you just hate to see injury just go down like that. It's like, oh man, anybody can be hurt anytime. I just hate when fans start and celebrate a player from their opposing team getting hurt. It's like, that could be one of y'all's players getting hurt. How would you feel as a fan? We're cheering for your guy getting hurt. It's like, y'all wouldn't like that. It's like, come on, bro. Come on, man. Like, I believe next year, the Mavericks will be better. I believe next year they'll be a better team as long as we stay healthy, especially with Derek Lively, Gafford. But Gafford's been on the trade rumors, and I keep him for another year to see how he looks. I definitely keep Lively another year too. Just hopefully they both don't be hurt so much. They are both talented, man, but they just can't stay healthy. It's like, jeez Louise, man. But let's talk about from the game they played against the San Antonio Spurs. Okay, let's take a look from this game. Okay. Yep, so the Mavericks ended up losing this game to the San Antonio Spurs. They ended up losing by 19.
Tequila shines true.
And
Lunazul is made with 100% blue web.
Honestly, we're tanking.
No extras.
And we're just tanking right now. But
look to Luna.
Cooper Flag and Wemby went at it. And let's take a look at the stats.
Ball on the floor right now, the number 2 pick of the draft last summer.
Cooper Flag has 33 points. Cooper had 33 points. And you know what it is? He went off in that first half at 25 points. I honestly thought he could have had a chance to get 50. He had a chance to get another 50-point game. The way he was going off in that first half, but second half, the San Antonio Spurs just started playing a very tight defense on him. And I respect that. It's like, that's what it is in the NBA, man. He's playing with the big dogs.
First time in the game, he seems like there's a little bit of discomfort.
And Marvin Bagley only played 8 minutes. He went down with an injury.
For 3 and he nails it.
And he's quarterback. And then Max Christie had 16 points. Ryan Nembhard finished with 13. And then Chris Middleton finished with 14.
Around it out, rebounds his own miss.
AJ Johnson finished with 13 coming off the bench. And then John.
There is a timeout required in this game.
So I wish I could pronounce his last name. I'm not really too sure how to pronounce his last name.
Under 3 minutes. That's
but
it.
It's all right.
Game over.
But it was still fun to watch that game.
Spurs win 139.
If you take it this,
20 over the Mavericks.
Look at the stats from the Spurs. Okay, so we look at Victor Wembanyama finishing with 40 points.
League leaders in free throw
40 points in 25 minutes.
Going into play tonight in free throw percentage.
Wemby could not be stopped.
About with 6:45 to go.
Quick release, transition, good find.
7'4", guy playing like a freaking point guard. It's like how is that possible, bro? When the playoffs begin, there's nobody in the playoffs who will be able to stop Wemby. Y'all can double team him, triple team him, all y'all want. There's nothing you can do to stop that boy. 40 freaking points in 25 minutes, and Wemby had to play this game so he could be eligible for end of season award. So he had a chance to win MVP and was winning Defensive Player of the Year. I mean, he could get MVP. Who knows? It's going to come down between him or Shea Gilgeous-Alexander. He's going to win MVP.
Caleb Martin.
Yep.
It's going to come down to between them two.
It's a lot, man.
Who's going to win
long
MVP?
injury report.
I think Wemby deserves it. He's gotten 10 times better than
you are finishing a masterpiece, even the
especially when he dropped 40 points on us that very first game of the year. It's like, yeah.
Cooper with it.
Wemby keeps playing like this league is in big trouble.
Scores again and draws the foul.
That's scary. Playing like that, all the ball handling, fadeaway jumper, shooting threes like that from long range at 7'4". That's scary.
Up and on the money. We're going to see
I mean, I think the San Antonio Spurs could win the whole championship this year. They could win it all this year. Who knows? But it's going to be tough. They're going to have a very tough run to the finals, and hopefully they'll get there and win. The last time they won the finals was 2014. And since Tim Duncan, Ginobili, and Tony Parker, Kawhi Leonard was on the team. And that's when Popovich was coaching on that time. And we'll have to see what happens, man. I'm definitely gonna be watching the playoffs, especially the San Antonio Spurs. I'm definitely gonna be supporting them just to represent Texas. And
excellence is your.
But man, there was times when we played in the playoffs, I used to hate the San Antonio Spurs. Sometimes we go to the playoffs, we lose to the Spurs every freaking time.
So as you redefine what's possible,
damn, bro, we just like we can never ever beat the San Antonio Spurs almost every time we play them in the playoffs.
Feel something.
It's like, but again, I respect the organization. I respect the Greg Popovich. I loved how the team moves the ball around. I loved how they're very, very disciplined. And they don't bring in headaches like that. They don't take headaches like that. They don't even care out how good you are. Same thing in Dallas. Like, we're a strict organization too. Like, they just don't play around, man.
Center that is out of the floor.
But
into the shot clock, and it's another three.
But like I said, if you look at this again,
tighter here in the second half so far.
40 freaking points.
San Antonio with regard to not giving too many space.
40 points.
But there's nothing you can do.
Like, yeah, this league is gonna be in big trouble. But I think everybody in the playoffs is gonna be in trouble with Wemby playing.
He's looked over the bench a couple of times.
When it's like when there's like the final seconds in the game, when the Spurs have the ball, who's the ball going to? It's going to Wemby. And hey, it's just ain't nothing you can do. Once he shoots it over your head, it's just you have to block it. That concludes our podcast for today. And I will see you on the next one. I'm definitely looking forward to the Wings season starting in a couple weeks. Definitely looking forward to the first preseason game to see how we look. With AV and Paige playing together with Enrique, it's going to be a very, very big.
Spurs win 139.